Also, I recently had to bleed the brakes. My caliper was completely seized up. I had already gone back through here and cleaned up the master cylinder a little bit. So that part wasn't in that bad a shape. This is, from what I understand, the bigger pain in the ass to fix. There's a lot more intricate parts and stuff, and a lot more gaskets that seem to go bad. So I was lucky, and the gaskets on my caliper and my master cylinder were all good. I was able to reuse them. But it's pretty much just going through and cleaning out all the crystallized, hardened brake fluid. See if I can get that up there. But the trick, if you have a seized caliper, what you're going to want to do, take the caliper completely off the bike. On the back side here, there's 2 bolts right there and there. After you take this plate off, you'll take those 2 bolts out, and then this part of the caliper will slide off, so you'll be left with 2 parts. There are some rubber boots in here, so I got a little nervous when I was unscrewing it because I'm not a big direction reader, quote unquote. Well, not quote unquote. I don't read the directions that much. So I was just kind of cracking into it, seeing what was going on with it. There are some rubber boots that sort of made me nervous. I started hearing some squeaking and moaning as I was unscrewing the bolts, but that I assume is normal. Then afterwards, you're going to want to, well, I guess, you know, your bleeder valve will already be out, your hose will already be out. If you've got a seized caliper though, once you get this part out, you're going to want to put an air hose into that. You can also use like one of those little tire pump up compressors, but if you use something, I had my tank set at around 140 psi, which made it a really exciting repair, because the piston from the caliper shot out. I mean, I wasn't clocking it, but I think it was around 700 miles an hour. It hit all 4 corners of the shop, and it was very exciting. But it came out really with no trouble, and it was pretty seized up. Then once you get that done, you're going to want to hit everything with like 320 sandpaper. I also used one of those nylon like scrub pad things, just to get all the grit and yucky shit out of there. There's a gasket also. This was the other thing that made me a little bit nervous. There was a gasket within the cylinder right here. It's maybe a third of the way down. It's a little black ring once you get the piston out, and I didn't know if it was glued in or anything like that. If you're trying to do it, just be real careful. What I did was, since I don't have it apart still, you're going to want to sort of work your way around the seal with a screwdriver or something. I actually hit a screwdriver on the grinding wheel and sharpened the point a little bit, and it seemed to do a really good job of popping that seal right out. And then once you get the rubber seal out, then you're free to hit the inside of this cylinder with some 320 or other fine grit sandpaper, smooth it down a little bit, and yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I did it in one evening with absolutely no prior knowledge of what I was doing. So as long as you're careful and just make sure you don't lose any parts, because it's hard to put back together when you lose parts. Probably be in good shape. If you get any questions, leave me a comment, leave me an email, write me an email. I'll be glad to help any way I can. Thanks so much.